Over! What the heck? What the heck? Damn, you missed out. How about you? You gotta believe in Super Cat, bro. All you can do.
Telat banget cuy.
And where is it pretty bad? 42% for Sora. It is, because at the same time, when you're picking the Sora, there's still a lot of heroes that's left low in the table and going for Baksha and Ziltian, who's been rising up in priority so far.
Overdue Sin is kind of wild.
It is.
Maybe they have this more.
Tes.
They don't have a chase heavy comp. They want to have that follow up maybe, or maybe with the Baksha in place, they want to have that definite weight to their advantage because Tushin is annoying the lane, but you can out clear a Tushin given the right combination. With the Sutya, that's a tall order, man. You can clear so easily, even without the help of a roamer.
Now for Kingdom, I think you prefer to
Okay guys,
and that's one way
welcome.
to do it. Crazy win rate for Tuluwa, I believe, 85%.
Match.
That's 9
Versus
match,
BTR.
8 wins. So the lowest key potential is gonna play this one, but there's still some flex potential in that Tulu.
Now you gotta understand that it's very good against the Baksha, right? It's a
Very
great
good.
matchup, so it's still flexible. The Sora has got gold.
Flex
and,
sana ya, sama-sama
occasions for
mati.
Kenzie as well. That just goes, man. For now,
Laksia udah pasti
Just
jangkau.
going for this dive over heavy comp.
Paling dia
Megatron,
be-
Megatron would serve them well right now. They're only relying on the Scythian's ultimate.
Kari.
Shield Unity. Unity
Mau nggak mau harus kari sih sekarang.
And they're gonna go for the Arla. Interesting. So there's a bit of a
XP-nya
combo
dulu.
here with the Baksha and also the Ziltian, but it takes a while.
Ngadu deh berarti.
But this is interesting. The fact that Arla is prioed over something that provides Ziltian a bit more safety and a bit control.
Ngadu damage dulu ternyata guys.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be the lead pick here, something that, try to get that big prior. Unfortunately not. But this is a good combo. We spoke to Makis earlier as well. We were talking about how this meta is very centered around combos, and I agree with him. So, I think currently, if we're just talking combos, BTR definitely look like they have the better combo. When the Arla's in the top spot, you can get the Sylvian ultimate and get those resets, man. I mean, maybe that's the idea. Or somehow slash into a big stun. That could work too.
To be honest, Arla on its own is still a pretty decent hero, especially this is a high ceiling hero we're talking about. It's about how you raise that ceiling with other picks, and if you have a player like Kane or Shogun,
HP kalau itu Mas Adi.
I'm embracing the meme at this point. Who cares? Yeah,
You're in the building, bro.
yeah. I am, in fact, in the building.
That is true. If you came to the venue and looked on the English desk, you shall see Shevin staring with intent at Belois.
Okay.
You're not wrong.
So it does look like we are going to jump back into the draft. Is that what I heard earlier? Are we jumping back into the draft, or are we holding on?
Not sure.
Might
We've
be
seen
a hold on.
in-game pauses, guys, but this is new drafting
Ada
pauses.
gangguan nggak ya?
Actually, we've seen a lot of drafting pauses.
Oh,
Yeah.
like pure pause, not a redraft.
Oh, we're back. Yeah, like pure pause. You can pause it and turn it over.
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's been a while. That feature.
I mean, there's a party, but looks like the Khalid is gonna be banned to further de-escalate the situation in the mid lane in a way, and Harley banned. So back then, I believe when Baksha was rising up in the ranks, Harley is one of the quote-unquote, not really a counter. It's more like something that you can pick, and also it's safe to pick against Baksha.
Interesting. Well, good mobility, good clear, and technically, again, if you're really trying to burst down a big target that's immobile, the Harley does work well by all means. But maybe they're also trying to limit the diving options. And granted, the Scythian, right? The big issue with the Scythian pick, it's good damage, it's good crowd control, good clear, but you have almost no survivability.
I wonder if he is looking for a bit of unorthodox jungler.
Nardox? What? An Nardox?
What is that?
An Orthodox.
Yeah. But thought that makes sense. You wanna make sure that Aboy has a good time and can provide consistent CC or utility. But the usage chain is gonna be on Ant-Man, so they wanna win the lane. And that also brings a bit more option for the Baksha, right? Baksha does not have to play solely in the mid or maybe How about I don't know, man. The laning is terrible, but I saw the Boxia, so I immediately thought about like something like an export and a CC again. That's been the go-to. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm thinking the Leopard too. The Leopard's a really, really good pick. And
Oh, that's new.
wow! I mean, against all these fighters, that makes sense, right?
I like this, but I think they have the wrong rover to pull this off. Well, not really. Finn is really good at setting, but this is G0 man.
Elemento would have loved this composition.
Well, we talk about combos, man. This is an abundance of combos from Bigatron.
Wow.
Double global, right? And two massive team fight starting tools against fighters. It's looking tough for GateFam, but that's only if they don't get Steam going. If they can get this game to revolve more around 2v2 or 3v3 skirmishes, I feel like they still have a good chance of snowballing out of control.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if this game goes for a Purify instead of Vengeance as usual for the CC. As we're gonna see here, it is gonna be a Vengeance, so Kandinsky wants to play this a bit more, I guess, like aggressively, but we'll see. A lot of CCs for BTR. This is a wombo combo composition here. The old school BTR way to win games. Can they actually pull it against King Fam? We're going in week 2, day 2. FPL Indonesia season 17 is on.
Boy, only one Purify and that's a boy. Everyone else susceptible to getting comboed. Well, of course, there's a bit of a lack of DPS for the side of Bigatron, so they themselves are playing with some kind of urgency. And look at the aggression already in the mid lane fight.
This time, Reno has to flick around the Maestro. Early on, a boy and Beloy winning it out. Nile, Shield Unity, trying to go for the Lethal Wanderer. Tries to relieve a bit of pressure as well.
So menacing with that look, Patrick. The inner machinations of my man are Enigma.
Oh, and Manu actually picked up the Lethal. Interesting.
Very interesting. Atlas by you though shows that the mid lane strategy here for GateFam is just clear and roam, dude. It's not about winning the lane at all, but they're doing well against Moreno.
Oh, no, Flicker, first blood for Beloyski. Moreno, way too aggressive.
And it should not come as a surprise if you have a glue and also two shit. It's a given for you to win the mid lane, especially with Atlas, right? We haven't addressed this, Rashi. This is a terrible mid-control roamer.
Absolutely, man. Not a lot of damage, not a lot of clear.
Right.
You have a decent clear, but look at the top predictions by Goldpay here. Hey, there's two believers in GateFam.
Bacon's well confident in the speed. Now, I'm gonna shoot the Nestor gets caught through the walk up now, jumping in. Bacon's doing so much damage, carried through the tank. And now it's Shogun with the reset on Beloyski, but it's definitely not enough. Take them down.
Wait, Jeremiah, I love you so much.
Marcel?
If you want to cut, that's it.
He's gonna clear and get a big level 4 off the recall as well. There's a lot of pressure here for defense. Whoa!
He wants to go for it. Might be able to go for the kill, but Marcel just good zoning as the box goes and trades with some recamps in the box after that.
And it's fine, right? The fact that he used the ultimate, the fact that, BTR does not have any business at all to contest the turtle, as Naked is going to secure that 1.1k, 1.3k early in the game in 2 minutes. This is a bit too much, Rashi.
I mean, it's not surprising that Giga is winning in these skirmishes, man. We talked about this. Bigatron are tripling down almost on the big team fight combination. They have to wait for the team fights, and that usually happens at the third turtle or maybe the first lord. Before that, I think they really want to try and minimize their losses as much as possible. And it's just extra tough for Moreno, because again, he can't get into range to clear effectively without allowing Beloyski and a boy just roam around out of control.
Yeah. And it's not really less of a problem now, too, even though the game is already elapsed by 3 minutes, Beloyski being the nuisance that he is. Just a pure comment for Sebastian.
Oh, wow. Back scene again. That's going to the mount down now. Brought in to the horse, making some a bit of damage. Royski didn't have to respect it. The flicker out for the final slash as Marcel walks up.
Good pressure, but good response as well from Bigatron. Yes, he got not done. They want to pressure Nile.
The referee Marcel to walk up again. Shifting stacks coming down with damage as well. If you're the Phoenix. It's still a CC view from Marcel. He moves it forward and gets the kill. Moreno taking the kill back, but the orange buff was taken by Naked.
Big value. Raptor is gone. The red buff is gone now. More pressure towards the second turtle now that Makins has an abundance of lead in terms of XP, which is rarely happens when you're playing a Basha, because you usually dominate the mid, and also you are also a good jungler.
The Baksha can clear well, but can also fight really well in the early game. In fact, it's the only really aggressive pick for Bigatron, and it's being shut down right now. So Defan is doing a great job, but you have to remember, they are not putting any attention onto Eman. And Eman has always been the constant when you talk about Bigatron team fighting.
It's the ticking time bomb, right? But
Uh-huh.
thankfully for Geek Fam, Heesun Shin is not really the most carry marksman out there. You gotta play with your team, the Mon Shocker. It's not like the Monster, it's not like those heroes that relies on lifesteal, right? Even though you do have kind of stuff that lifesteal.
Joe Giddy over on Boy. He's being mounted on Marcel backline again. Jumps in. Marina has the flick of Marcel. Goes under the turret, takes him down. Shogun with the stun. This should be a trade back. 1 for 1 now. Marcel for Moreno. Making quick work out of Turtle. Now the shot coming out with Shogun. Reset the Vengeance constantly. Oh, Miyamato jumping forward. Catching the kill. Makin's from the back spot. First call as well as Makin stares them down with a boy. Shogun gets on the Vengeance. Crimson Beacon. No Lantern Flare to pick him up just yet.
A whole lot of value for Geek Fam, and they only give away a bag of chips in Beloyski. It's not valuable at all for BTR as they're down 2.5k already in the first 5 minutes.
It's a tough game for Moreno, man. You can see that despite the bans on the Harley and the Joy, the fact that Marcel is on this slow run is just zoning him out of the fights time and time again. And with the current Joy immunity, with the cloud form, Bigatron can't do anything about it.
For a time, you have 3 members.
Richard alone,
2 levels ahead of Newport.
not good is an understatement. I guess at this point, BTR, they're just hitting the mid game. Marcel, though, still has to ship this guy.
Yeah, Shogun doing a lot of damage right now. CC immune. He goes up in the air. Shogun with a walk up. Nile picks up a kill. Finally on the board now.
Now you gotta take a chill pill, Marcel. Now, I know that you've been aggressive. This was paying off, but you gotta realize it's an Atlas. It's a lot of people can turn the table against you, especially BTR. Even though I said earlier, why I said it's not really a card carry marksman, it's still a marksman in the end.
Yes, Defan wasting no time at all. Well, Steve, but alright. Now finally gets his buff as a boy. He goes for a rapid boost as well. It's all about speed, man. He wants to make sure he doesn't get slowed down by all these secondary sources of crowd control from Bigatron.
Oh man, I'm still kind of like stuck in the idea on why BTR drafted the Atlas.
Yeah.
Like, are they just fully conceding the early game and just the mid control? Because that would be like a suicide kind of like draft,
That's
right?
exactly what they're doing though, right? Because should be it. Should be coming down, but goes to the flicker as well. Good spacing by Imanis now. Goes on to Kenziski. Baits out the curtain call as well. And the Crimson Beacon. Hold on. 2 big ultimates utilized. Shogun with a pick up. Finn looking for the big play with the fatal links, and you can already see Bacon spacing in the back. He doesn't want to go in until Finn uses it.
There's good moves here from Bigatron though. You can see the kite back that they're doing away from the dangers of Defan. And there's more and more damage right now, which means Marcel can no longer go in as aggressively as he was before. Get his Defan with a 2.5k gold advantage, tries to brute force this. That's something that Bigatron can contest.
3-level advantage for Lakers. There's no way they can test that. Free turtle, Iman. Oh, might be Toba. Not a shocker. Iman trying to run away. Okay, that's Marcel going to the skies. Perfect turtle for Geek Fan.
Good thing. I was bracing for a flicker from Marcel, but obviously Eman still has one too, and that would be a bad thing for Marcel. Now Beloyski gonna be the target.
Yeah, go for the final slash now. Luisi, top of the links to all in as well. The Phoenix. Combos coming around. Finn able to flicker out. Now Makins gets on the Steve, but that's a kill over to Iman as he picks up the endless battle. CC. It's Kenzie up top to pick up a turret as a trade.
It's a trade, and it kills a kill. But at least BTR, they're still aggressive. They still know or want something, and they're not afraid to trade.
Geek need to recognize the fact that Bigatron they have a lot of ways to start off fights. So even if they use one big ultimate like a Fatal Links or a Final Slash, as long as both aren't exhausted, they have to be careful of the re-engage potential. Because Bigatron has been doing that 1v1 here.
Whoa. Dude, Iman is brave. Walk stop traceless is forward against Astora, who's been doing a lot of damage this game.
Yeah. He's called Iman for a reason, and he's actually leading in goal against Kenziski, which makes sense. But when you're down 3K, you gotta still applaud the guy.
But see, when you're playing Sora against someone who dares make those ulti attempts, those dashes sideways, remember, after popping your ultimate, you need to land several more skills to use, the main big ultimate, right? So it puts some pressure on Marcel when he's going in there, knowing that the members of Bigatron aren't moving in a one-dimensional way.
You know what I like so far? Geekman, they're not playing by BTR's gambit. BTR has been grouping as a 5, but Geekman, they're always splitting up. But if I something like that.
Yeah, flicker out from Marcel. Here the Phoenix coming down. Come on.
Wow.
Jump on a Boyd. Knows that Boyd is not going to put the beacon. It's going to be a mistake. Purify out already. And that's the info that Finn needs.
Now, this is the Geekman that I know, right? The de-escalation, just knowing when to back off.
Are they back? Well, actually there, I think they overcommitted onto Eman actually. Eman kind of forced him to use the Purify right before the big Lord fight. And remember, combos is what Big John has been setting up for, and they're only, considering all the circumstances, they are only 3k gold behind. This is still a very dangerous spot for Geekfam.
And we know this by Gold Bay, this marks the debut finalist in season 17 after last being used by Dreams. In season 14, against Rebellion when he's on EVOS, back then Rosh was 29.
It's a weird timeline here, Kevin.
Yeah.
Look at this. Wade's gonna be pushing for Geekfam though on the bottom lane, unfortunately. Big John. Lucas might try to go for that combo, but we need to make sure that they keep an eye on that.
Whiskey, H-Up, Shocker as well. Hold on. They got a lot of damage, Finn. We're going to go in as well. That's no failings just yet. The Fury of the Phoenix coming down now. They're going to go all in. Finn popped into failings, gets top of the curve, caught out. Make his walks up the Phantom Seed. And he's doing so much damage. Oh boy, picked up a Sky Piercer stack.
I think they should have backed off knowing that Beloyski, used the flicker, right?
Yeah.
There's no need to put all that just for a single hat-trick.
Especially as the fight went under the card, I think that's where it really went south. It was looking pretty okay, but because Finn and Mal took so much damage, you saw Eman coming in towards the tail end of the fight there, trying to do something, but he knows that the front line's gone at that point, and being a decent shit, you just can't walk up like that.
This is very aggressive by on. Goes into the enemy jungle. Boy has a very good position. They don't know. In fact, the man, wow.
That's value. Oh no!
What's going on, Marcel?
Here he comes!
Forward. Great reaction by Marcel. Goes back in. Man has the flicker. Oh my god, he's doing more damage than him! And it's a kill over. Shows the one who picks up the kill. And it's Traceless back. Lord up top with a big wave crashing.
I like the idea of the aggressiveness from Marcel, but he took 2 short shots, man. That's unnecessary, and that made him lose. And now the value of the Lord is gonna be not much, right? Knowing that Marcel is gone, the main engager is gone.
Yeah, absolutely. Now you can see Geekfam are forced to back away, despite the great opportunity that was set up there by Beloyski, sacrificing himself. Man, Marcel, with a more damage oriented build, he's relying a lot more on the healing with the War Axe and the Creed's Wings to sustain in the fight. When Eman dodges most of his skills and he pops the main part of his ultimate late like that, he can get taken out so easily. And it's great on Eman for recognizing the numbers, for calculating that fact.
Now BTR just weathered the storm, courtesy of Marcel's mistake. Even though it's still 5k gold behind, right? But BTR still definitely have a fighting chance, especially when you have an Atlas. And I want to ask you guys something. Like, in a prolonged team fight, in an equal position, makes equal goal. Who do you think they first? Oh, equal
That's
goal!
a lot of damage, and because of the vision that they have, they know they can just go for it. Marcel's gonna walk up as well, and Mott gets away. Marcel gets baited out. What? And the Fury of the Phoenix catches a boy. The global ult, a boy didn't take that into his calculation. Just recalled in place.
That's purely a voice mistake. It's no one else's mistake. Involved it!
Double fatal lays the combo coming down now, and that's gonna be so much. Final slash from Shogun to bring him back. One big team fight, one big catch. Well down for Kenzie. Finally is able to get that kill on Iman. But BTR are back in the game.
Now at least BTR, they can't really ameliorate the situation so much because there's still Kaziski, 2 members of Geekfam is up, and there's still conversion on the lower.
But they've shown again to Geekfam that they are a force to be reckoned with, and that must be sending doubts into the minds of Geekfam's players. What an engage there by Finn. And to answer your question, Kevin, hang on a second, Marcel.
Don't about that, Marcel. He's gonna get poked down. Flicker time from the final slash. Here's the Phoenix coming down, but Moreno had to flicker as well. So it's flick for flick, but it's the center for Marcel, right?
Exactly.
Man, both teams just not willing to concede any ground. In the late game, with both the gold laners, not being a late game marksman, I think it's quite even, unless people can count the Silk Cat from Moreno. It's definitely a ton of damage right here, and that's being done to everyone at the same time, due to how close and clumped up these fights are. So I think the longer the game goes, Big John has a lot more to to say about how this game's gonna go.
And by the way, guys, just an update that Shogun is actually building a war axe
Ooh.
as an Arlot. So he expects a long team fight. He expects to live through all these skirmishes and chaos in the team fights.
Yeah. There's gonna be the mid lane. Always seems to get tough. Last time pass now. Walks up as well. Shogun. Final slash doesn't land.
Oh,
Yeah, he's gonna be picked up, thrown back at the team. Kenzie wanting to go for the curtain combo, won't be able to find it. Shogun now jumps in, isolates himself. The rest of the team and he gets shut down by Kenzie's shred.
Yeah, he's paying the price of that incredibly brave build that now Vin. Look at that movement speed.
Yeah, he wants to go on Kenzie. Trying to go for fatal lanes, but now Marcel on the back line. Here the Phoenix catches him, and Marcel doing a lot of damage to the back line as now tries to go in this front line for the team, but it's just not happening. Fam are destroying BTR's front, and now it's just the back. It's just Moreno and Emanis keep go for the Lord.
It's amazing, the macro battle, the macro domination of Geek right now. 12 to 10 of the kill counter rush. It doesn't look like a dominating game, but in a macro game, they definitely nailed it.
well, in fact, I feel like the macro is great, but we're not seeing a lot of wave setups, slow pushes. We're just seeing Geek back with their calls, but look at this.
Loisky might be a mistake into the Traceless here. He's gonna be thrown back. Mountain Shocker lands. Battle Slash brings him
Whoa!
under the turret. Well, inside the base rather. That's a kill back. Moreno able to get the kill. As the Lord spawns in as well. This is not the best position for Geekfam.
Really not, and they cannot delay the Lord. It's gonna crash towards the mid lane, and Wolski's not gonna be there. Now, the question is, do Geek wants to go for it either way, with Marcel in center, or do they just concede?
They're not really a
Wah,
waster, by the way.
apakah
Not really good
BTR
actually.
kalah dari
Oh,
guys?
now CC back line. Phoenix! That's Shogun in the back line. Jumps in, able to go for the vengeance, but now look at the peel coming through. Marcel knocks him up. A boy picks up the Sky Piercer, and a big base third falls in the bottom lane.
I mean, I think for BTR, I would kind of take it. Yes, they lose out on a single inhibitor turn in the bottom lane, but overall, it's not that bad for an enhanced Lord.
It's not far side as well, so Bigatron will be very happy to take that. It seems like Geekfam made the mistake right there, trying to go for something for B5, but then Shogun goes for that big flank, and it does seem like he was doing his own thing.
Sebenarnya di kanan tuh kalau ngambil healer
Bigatron,
juga enak. Cuman kalau ngadu skill terus di net kalah
On the other side of BTR, they have to.
kalah sama Giri.
The far lane, turrets are still
Geek.
packed for Geek Fam compared to BTR.
4 hero di net
Inhibitor turrets, and now it's the next Lord is probably now a better moment for Geek Fam.
Cuman dua
Unless Geek
doang.
once again, made a mistake.
Plus healer ya.
Engaging too early, but the Lord is not there. Volosky and Marshall, I think at this point they know what to do. They know when to pull,
Oh.
their guns away.
Tapi nggak bisa
They don't
juga
have
sih.
a lot of checking frontliners. All their frontline tanks aren't really full tanks technically. They're utility based. Except
Oh,
for
kata
Ignite
Dita
or
ada
Vodka.
Shishin.
And they can't really get away from the chase and engage of defense. So in contrast to
Sama
that,
Selena.
Voice being such a problem for Bigatron because he can just walk in the front
Targetin
and they
siapa?
don't really commit onto it.
Tetap
Because you can see every
nggak ada
single
yang
time Bigatron try and commit
langsung
to
execute
Voice,
gitu.
they usually get baited. So that's a big difference when it comes down to the maneuvers, when it comes to before the fight happens.
7 minutes so far. for
Berarti kalau
BTR.
apa
Just gonna wait for the next Lord here. There's nothing else
gerak
going
kiri
on
itu
in
terlalu
this match.
perfect.
Still 10 seconds elapsed after this.
Berarti
and
Romer
Geek Fam
Damage
surely
harus nyari baru
So
nih
now looking for BTR.
buat jadi Romer Damage.
Geek Fam does not have that marksman, that heavy
Bukan
advantage
assassin ya, bukan
with
kayak
the first
Elpa.
Lord. So the Lord dance is gonna be
Server.
quite long. But Marcel, this is a perfect push.
Yeah, it really is, man. Curtain call already made it out though.
Bisa buat damage
He's
tapi
already used it.
kuat
Shogun
gitu.
does
Kenapa
operate
dia
the bottle, he puts himself.
agak lama
Yeah,
dikit.
great position. Tommy walks up. Doesn't show up just yet. I think it's a call from defense. Like, yo, calm down.
Gak bakal
Was
apa
that the
tuh.
push?
Oh my lord, that could have been real bad. Arthur
Aduh.
Shocker.
Gak bakal instan bro.
Nice.
Marcel, great reaction.
Terus
Free
orang.
Lord to keep back.
And no flicker was expected to get away from the punch shocker, so I'll call that a big fat W for Geek Fam.
It's a crowd control immunity, man. It gets you out of so many difficult situations. Now though, if you look at the goal difference, the majority of that difference is in the roamer and the jungle. And make it switching Sean's already full items as well, trying to clear out this board. Can Moreno stay out of danger long enough to clear for the team?
Marcel has to make the winning move here because he found they're lacking in range. Even the mid laner.
Tigreal
has
damage.
They've done a good job at clearing up the mid and top wave. Now the bottom wave is just a lord. The wave coming down.
Matilda masih enak gak ya?
Monte is being very,
Check
very
the trophy.
careful, man. Knows that Beloit can walk up, and that's the thing about the double fighter composition here. Your siege isn't really too strong, so
Kayaknya
BTR
masih
despite their
masuk ya.
composition not being the best at clearing, they can still clear really well. Nile. Ooh, kill Unity over on Kenzie, the final side as well. Now the combo comes in with Unity, beating the Marshall, the backline jumps around. Emma was able to get out. Now Moreno flickers out as well, but he's gonna go into the air. He's able to find the kill. Emma forces races backward, and Marshall's confidence with all.
Gak nemu jawaban.
Shogun against two. Marshall still alive. Kyle walks up. A winter crown already. Am I gonna go for the kill? We'll be able to pick up that one. Beloisky concealed. No turrets left for BTR.
There's a wave coming in the middle now. Do they want to end it right now?
They got a man advantage, the wave advantage. Beloisky with the walk up. Trying to go for the pass, but now Finn's gonna be caught. Fatal links him out. Beloisky's gonna take it all. Taken out by Iman. Curtain call. Immortality down for Nile. It's a pickup. Iman wants to walk up. Goes on to a boy flickers in as well. Able to find the kill. But look at the rest of the team. They can end the game surely. Kenzie takes Iman out. Now it's just the base. Makins and Kenzie.
Aku
Secures
yakin
game one
mereka
for
tuh
defense.
bingung buat nemuin jawaban
This is not the week one keep fam. They've
yang
adapted.
cocok buat nangkep
Bigatron
Sora kayak gini.
completely annihilated. Doesn't look like it from the game time, but so far, in every skirmish, Kifa was able to pinpoint where to go, what to pick. This is the macro-based Kifa that we know.
Man, Bigatron did so well, weathering the storm. But this is the issue when you leave defense with some of these high impact
sorry,
things like
sorry.
Sora.
Lakinya copyright,
the
anjing.
weakness of games.
Ekis lah. Atau Sora. Soranya tadi siapa? Wah, ampas anjir. Masalahnya mereka nggak. Coba kita balikin mundur ke traffic dulu. Nih sebelum traffic. Ini Valen udah dibantu duluan. Langsung Sora kan. Harusnya dari sini tuh udah paham ngeban Valen tuh udah pasti Sora. Kalau emang niatnya nggak ngelepas Sora ya, di sini nih nggak ngeban Poveus. Sora di pick langsung dijawab sama Baxia Setian. Kiri tadi langsung Givi sama Glue, Yususin sama Glue. Terus ngambil apa tadi? Yarlot. Dan berikutnya ini gangguan nih. Bukan Khalid sama Harley. Bentar guys. Sushin Setian Paksia. Nah dari ini harusnya udah kebayang nih momen kayak gimana, channelnya siapa, karena udah ngepick dua hero ini nih, Alot sama Paksia. Kalau ISS di kiri juga enak, jadi mereka mah nggak mau manfaatin, ya udah milih ISS. Sini masih ada Queen, tapi karena ada Gloom nggak mungkin detik. Coba beli cicil langsung dibales sama Atlas. Di sini mereka berarti di posisi BTR mereka mikir kalau dengan ambil Atlas berarti bisa nih counter istilahnya counter setup ya. Kalau kiri maju duluan atau misalkan kiri maju duluan inisiasi buat war, berarti atas langsung nih mancing pakai ultinya flicker ke belakang, atau dengan kayak gini Atlas bisa nyari-nyari buat ambil gitu, atau nge-backup alot atau Baxia dan flicker ulti belakangnya. Jadi derajat keadaan simple instan itu dulu. Pertama harus nemuin jawaban buat Sora dulu deh. Dari ngebanyak nggak ada ya, nggak ada ban kayak Mincitar gitu kan, kaca itu masih oke loh. Atau at least Kalea ya, tapi jelek. Wait guys, aku dapat skin epic Cobra kapan? Sumpah Carmilla guys, Carmilla gila, gak kepikiran ya BTR. Carmilla enak sumpah. Ini mereka ngumpul nih, bayangin dulu deh, kiri kan pure kalau war udah pasti maju tuh Leo, terus Sora, Cici, Sushi, Clue. Nah, sedangkan kiri kan kalah damage ya. Counter setup jawabannya buat kiri aku baru nemu cuma 2, Zita atau Carmilla. Kan otomatis misalkan di sini kita ngambil kaca, ultinya Misitar kan, ultinya Misitar itu kan bisa istilahnya bikin lawan yang masuk zonanya Misitar ini gak bisa pakai skill mereka gitu. Kalau spell tuh kayaknya masih bisa, yang spell burif ya. Nah, udah pasti nih bisa ngajar Leo, Cici atau Sora misalkan mereka offset. Nah, atau Baxia sama Arla kan bisa jadi tumbar buat mancing setup musuh open war. Carmilla bisa sih, asal nggak diganyeng duluan atau diajar duluan lah. Itu sih kalau aku ya.
The recipe is not there. You got the perfect, for example, you got the A5 Wagyu, right? And you're putting some, I don't know, M&M's or
M&M's?
Oreos on top of it, and it becomes like a menace of a dish.
Sounds pretty awful, man. I was thinking more of like, were there
Aku
any
mau
other
coba
options
guys,
that could have been explored there
double
for Bigatron aside from the box set?
streaming
Like, do you think it's best that
sama
might pick a second?
streamlab.
You know? Because in box shelf, like, you know, their initial graphic phase.
Most of the time, Basha is always bad, right? But the biggest matches, there's a reason for that. Again, MLBB currently is very early phase, and you want to control the mid,
That's true.
and Basha is legitimately the strongest jungler in doing that. You know, it's second to none. You can cover 50 meters in a span of 2 seconds.
Whoa. So you did the calculations. You put on the measuring tape.
Quick maths.
Quick maths.
Quick maths. What did I miss?
You missed talking about the box share.
Cuman aku
How
bingung
Shannon
nih
says
setting
across the map, you can cross 50
streaming
Yeah.
multi
in 2
streaming.
seconds. Which is oddly specific.
Is that accurate? Box check?
Yeah.
Well, we're
Connect
discussing whether
your
or not
streaming
there are better
account.
options instead of the box share.
Johnson.
Or did no in the game, not to cover distance. Or did Bigatron just not draft enough
Stream
backup
TikTok.
to assist the box shares early game? It should have been the key to victory.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
They just didn't have that.
Yeah.
That's why I was expecting the Khalid to come through, secure his trail mid, get the dominance there first. But then they didn't. They picked up the Arlet, and then the Khalid was obviously back down. Then they were kind of cooked.
Sora is a good hero, Rashi, but like, when you have Basha and Jushin, there's gonna be cruising with Jushin.
Yeah.
That's it.
Dude, if you have a chance to pick up Juicin and you don't,
You know it very well, right?
Yeah. My coach, his name is Mirko.
yeah.
Whenever we're in a 5-man party, I only play Jushin when it's not banned.
Yeah. But then if
It's
it's
a must.
man, you go Yi, you don't go Zetian.
Like if you want to play it, we ban it. That's a must.
I think you want Eve on Rashi because he starts everything else.
Whoa.
What are you talking about?
Maybe, but Eve is also like the best, the second best.
Yeah,
over
if,
Juicin.
if you play with a party like they don't have in solo, like you would see that like I ain't that bad.
Okay.
Why is that okay? Very like you don't believe him or something, man. That's like a very
Keep your secrets tight.
Cool,
to
cool
you.
story, bro.
cool story, bro.
Alright, Mr. Megatone.
Man, you're gonna call him by his last name too now?
Okay.
Watch out.
Belum ya,
Oh, man.
sabar.
I hope the game starts.
Yeah.
I met Kenzie and a boy earlier.
That's a very relatable.
I hope we can start soon, Bryden. I hope we can start soon, Bryden.
Yeah. Man, that's not his real name, bro. His real name is Storm.
What?
Storm.
Oh, Storm.
Arashi means storm. So we call him Storm.
The Storm Star.
Storm Star. Arashi Hoshi.
Race for the storm because the drafting phase is coming up
Okay,
right
guys.
here for game number 2.
Drafting phase-nya
Expand
mulai.
the rivers if you want the real storm. All around broken walls.
Alright, Johnson.
Oh, maybe they can go Johnson now. Yeah.
Kenapa?
Nonton. You almost dropped it into note.
Nonton
Oh,
YouTube.
God.
No today.
That'll be bad.
Biasanya game yang
BTR
main
first pick. They
itu
ban out the focus again.
mainan apa?
They first in Eastern shit. They got a
Sini
real
apa?
man. Their vision.
Oh, wow.
I don't see their vision.
What?
Eastern shit first pick with the Sora.
Sora di-
Sora's ban.
You can still go for the unicorn again.
Oh, di
Yeah,
DL.
with the Juicin. That would 100% be
Urban
the
Solo.
thing I'd go for. Leomord and obviously the Juicin. Why would you not go for the Juicin?
Kenapa
Okay,
ya
now
Jushin
there's gotta be something.
selalu buat?
BTR cooked here. The big brain of Poloisky.
Is it just Zetian again? Or maybe you can pivot to Eve?
I swear to God, if they go Atlas again.
No, it's not gonna happen, bro.
Is there potential they go with the same type of draft, like a Mage, but not Atlas?
Mainan ambek
You
siapa?
know, maybe something a bit more flexible that can disengage as well in the moving position.
Well, with a big set, I don't think there's any big set hero that can disengage.
They can disengage. That's a good question.
Gatot? I mean, Gatot's not really a satyr. Yeah.
Maybe a Grok. maybe.
Oh.
But even then, I don't think it's disengage. It's just like hit the
Franco sih.
wall.
Does
Udah.
Khalid count?
Apa? Carmilla.
Khalid
Enak
disengage.
ini. Tapi Carmilla terakhir sih.
Okay, at least they changed something.
Oh, baca
So
Mila
the Harley
dulu.
for Nile and the Lapu in XP. I mean, the Harley East and Shin combo makes sense against any other team. Against Geekman, they're a team that plays the fighters in gold.
Karena
So you don't
clue-nya kan
really
di
have a
depan.
guaranteed
Masih depan.
kill pressure, a guaranteed winning lane for the East and Shin.
Clue
you know?
bisa diambil
And
kiri
really,
juga.
it's a Tushin that's very
Jelek
survivable,
sih.
so
Karena ada
man,
Sushin.
these assassins are gonna find it hard to find targets.
To be
Yeah.
honest, it's still an if, right? Whether Kazuki will play fighter or not. But chances are,
But
to be honest, the fact that Kazuki pulling up the CC is
Kan
because
jelas
of
relevan
Basha,
sih.
right?
yeah.
Kalau
Not
dia
with
blokir.
Harley, not with Sakuraku. Why would you not? Never mind. That was a bit counterintuitive. Oh, you're gonna play safe, right? My bad.
Kalea fan, alright, really respecting Finn's pick now. What are they gonna ban next? Because it's an Arla, it's a
Ya
new one.
kepikiran nggak quits-nya. Gitu aja.
They have enough CC, plenty already to deal with it.
So the damage as well. Chip ban from Vegatron. Concerned about the macro game that Geekman were using.
Ah, another Finn ban, Badang. No Kalea, no Badang. Shout out to my boy Koput though, man, because Finn and Badang, that's my friend Zero Pool.
Ah,
I see.
I was about to say Khalid would be perfect here. They're setting up a Khalid pick, right? For a Geek fan.
Yeah.
But now for Boloisky, options are a bit limited. A lot of roam heroes are banned, but this is Boloisky we're talking about.
Tigreal?
Nah,
No, I don't think so, but like.
Oh, crazy.
Hey, if you know Beloy wants it, go ahead, bro. I think the safe choice would be like a Hylos.
Gatot.
Yeah, Hylos.
I like Hylos.
That's boring though. That's boring though.
The highest,
Hey.
the worst.
I don't think they care about being bored. I think right now they want to be on the board. They're still 0-2, by the way.
I mean, they win either way.
Yeah,
Wait, you're saying yeah?
they'll win either way.
Yeah.
I mean, so far it's looking that way, bro.
Damn.
I don't like the Eastern shit first pick when a Juicin is open. Why do we hate Juicin? What is this?
Are they trying to figure out what happens if they have no choice but to relinquish Illusion?
There you okay, at least they take the pick that I want, you know? The Yeet. At least they take that.
You know what? This is not that bad for
Yeah.
TR.
Yeah, it's not that bad anymore.
This solves a lot of problems, but now
Does.
for Geek Fam,
Yeah.
it should be a must, man, no?
Are you sure about that?
Come on.
See we're talking about, brother.
It has to be a
A
claw.
claw against the Harleys and shit you're playing into what they want.
Besok aja
That's
deh.
suicide, bro.
Setting.
It has to be something with mobility, though. It's against the Harleys.
It has to be something with sustain.
Fokus ini dulu
And
kan.
only okay.
Mobility, that's long range, some sustain, I guess.
Not the best.
Believe it
though.
or not, I prefer the claw over the Granger.
I agree with you. I would prefer the claw over the Granger. The Granger, I'm not a fan of the Granger.
I think it's more of a comfort at this point, right?
Baby, you know, it's a comfort that's not really, hasn't really
Terus
gotten,
terang aku kurang
wins this season.
suka.
But it is a comfort nonetheless. Nonetheless, no, I can't really mix that thing. Bro.
Draft kiri kurang suka sih.
I mean, comfort food is not always good, right? Right.
Nah, sometimes you need some discomfort in order to motivate yourself or push yourself to grow.
So what?
Masa iya BTR 2 kalah 2-0.
Like in the gym.
I heard you say to bro, and I'm like, who the hell is bro? Bro!
The wise words from Arashi, but it looks like lineup rating and also counter index prefer the robots, BTR by Vitality. No excuse for them to not prolong it to game number 3.
Let's go,
Say what it
guys.
says. To note, it's not what you think by Infinix. Let's see. Second game, BTR, Geek Fam, we're on it again in round 9.
Will it be a 2-0 clean sweep, or will it not be? Infinix, go get yours today.
To be or no to be, that is the question.
I like it.
So you don't like notes?
Well,
No, it's like 2B.
alright.
Ah, me too.
Alright.
A2 though.
But let's stay in the game.
Yeah.
That is a game.
Well, it'll take place now. We're going to be able to be a lot more aggressive, right? And they can
Oh.
well, but ooh, Finn, what?
Really revitalized. Yeah, he needs to pop it in though. He was cooked.
Yeah, but that's a winning trade for Malowski as he still has to revitalize, so they kind of can't test for this Lethal Wonder is what I would like to say, but no. Big Map is pathing towards the turtle for Mankis.
Well, Emerald played by you.
Itu Arlonnya kalau nengok
Hunter from, you know,
dikit ada kan.
feels too much danger, not a lot of time available for Geekman. Wants to get the power spikes as early as possible. But wait and see what kind of item builds will be picked up Moreno.
Harusnya hijau-hijaunya diambil dulu sih.
Different options you can go to depending on
aku jadi Halo sih bakal ganggu Gatot ya. Bayang-bayangin terus bodo amat.
Oh man, they don't have a revitalized good info. First blood for May Kids.
They really like Horsey.
It's a very devastating horsey.
Kurang ini guys, kurang.
Find something right here, but 15 seconds to go.
Romernya kurang.
Maybe we'll be back, but he's only level 2. He might get to level 3.
Whoa! On the 1v1, flickers it forward. Kenzie will respect the flicker. That was a bit of deja vu.
Kalau saya mana akan disuluki.
Boys, he's gonna be bursting down. That's the Marshall with the jump in forward, but Nile.
Bulldonya kurang 2 detik.
Marshall can go for it,
Alah.
gets the kill. Beloy for Nile. Fan with a DOT on Marshall. Turtle will be taken by Nakeds here. He's still Steve Marshall with a juke maneuver. Goes back in. A boy gonna go for the reset Shogun. Brave Spider.
Ngapain,
And
Shogun?
man, the disengage from
Bro.
Defam is clean.
Cool, calm, and collected from Marcel. And once again, Kenziski and Eman is duking it out in the gold lane.
Sama-sama pulang.
Eman actually finding his match here in
Good.
Ziski. But look at this. Shogun taking some damage. Defense so far, their decision making once they saw anyone getting taken out, once they saw an opportunity, is just so good.
That's a stun over on Beloy. He has an AOG. And he pops it in time.
This is false why Yushin is pretty good, you know. Not that great, you know. Just pretty good.
Yeah, definitely not for worthy. Marcel in the back line, stunned by Finn, but he still gets the kill. The RWF from Moreno to trade it back.
Udah aku bilang
Crazy
kurang
awareness
terakhir
from
itu
Defam.
kurang.
Every time Nile jumps forward like that, they're always ready at the hat to try and punish him. This is the second time it kind of happened, kind of. And I think that's gonna really be a
Sushin tuh
problem for
masih
Nile. The next time he's
tergolong
trying to do an
mahal.
aggressive maneuver, that will be playing around in his head, right? The mistakes that happened early on here in minute 3.
Nile is the one who's playing the Harley, but so far the magic has come from Marcel. And once again, this too, man. This is some anime battle we're having here, Rashi. That's your you know, whatchamacallit?
What?
Your
strong suit?
Yeah, your strong suit.
Alright, battles.
Anime battles.
From Storm.
From Storm. Well, let's see how this one goes. Blowing one completed from Moreno. That's gonna allow Bigatron to be a bigger problem technically. Deal with all the sustain from Defam, because this is a style, by the way, that Defam used to really abuse, right? Revitalizes and a lot of heroes with built-in healing. They got the Arlet, the Leomord, the Tsushin, and the Gatot, so it's almost like they're falling back on an old playstyle that they used to do.
2 item card fight here for both Shogun and also Make It. Now they're gonna be a bit more strong, or a lot more strong in the next turtle fight. This is gonna come in 5 minutes. Shogun already having a really good position there in the bush. But Marcel is passing on.
Here's one. A cut from Eman. He's gonna be late for the turtle fight. Oh, but Shogun's actually taking the aggro. He's gonna dash away for now. Marcel is looking for him. Brave Spider. Whoa! Shogun. This is on the stun. Making the retry bot. The retry. Amazing. RBM coming down. Marcel, the final sniper lands on Moreno. Just Moreno.
Mana
Who has
damage-nya?
CC on it. Now it's a
Gatot.
bomb with the flicker in and a complete whiff of the Mountain Shocker.
No inches were from the spot.
Aku jadi Eman plating. Bodo amat.
Usually it's like 10.
Man, it's a tough spot for Bigatron, man. They always seem to be one step behind Defam wherever it comes to going to the mutual objective. Getting a position to try and go for a pick-off before
Main
the
tuh platingnya
objective, or even a team fight.
Oh, hold on.
Cuma dapat setengah doang kan. Maksudnya bisa dapat full kalau mau plating nggak join. Masa keluar.
But there's no one to clean it up. So Defam end up just winning the trade again with a turret take.
This is not what I envisioned the match to be, man. Geekman winning it out in the early game. 2 games in a
Belinya
row.
aja beli glowing itu.
Definitely impressive. What's the idea for Bigatron though? They have to try and really be a lot more proactive, or they're gonna start setting up traps to try and make sure that Defam can't rotate without worry like this, you know, because they're using Veloci to scout out because he has an escape, and because of that, they can just pass through dangerous areas. That's Deadly Magic attempts, but Nile has been shut down so far. He has not been able to find any kills whatsoever.
But it's gonna change the longer time goes on, right? Yeah, it's gonna be there. And this is Nile was talking about. You've mentioned it before, Rashi. On Abaxia, it might not be his strong suit, but now Nile has a lot more killing potential on his own on a Harley. So
Udah menit 6 nih.
ceiling is gonna be very high for this guy.
And don't forget, they have Shogun in the mix right now with the Lapu Lapu. A bit of giving Defam a kick.
So, bakal bisa ngapus
Sustain, look at this.
The lift up for Finn. Oh my god, the all in on Moreno. He can react in time. Beloy gets some of the AOG and the Revitalize to keep him away from the deadly magic.
That's not very Maestro-like. Poloski was right for your face. What? He's just thinking it.
Pelosi dodged away from the final burst of the deadly magic while he was in the AOG.
Yeah, but he was also regenerating with the Revitalize, so
Either way, great calculations there. And again, right before the regional objective, Geek Fam, the decision making is so clean.
Caranya buat menang ya gitu ya, nunggu blunder doang. Atas tuker bawah, tapi duit masih beda dulu.
Are you trying to go move away from the Eman leaking heavy style, man? Oh,
Darah itu pula majuin Leo dong. Oh matiin hotline-nya ya. Gak cukup lah damage-nya. Dapat satu lumayan. Enggak dong.
The nice to pick away from PTR.
Below you, the savior once again, the monster maker, whatever you want to call it. He does the job for you.
that is ridiculous, man. How does everything seem to play out perfectly before Geek Fam? It
Terus
looks
masih
like luck, but
yang ubah
everything
sih.
is pre-calculated.
Berarti
That is what makes it so
timiknya
impressive.
kurang.
Bigatron 2K goes behind. They have some cards to work with right here, but they're definitely on the back foot. And time and time
Harley
again,
harus
whenever
beli
you
glowing
get a
berarti.
play like that, you know,
Dia kayaknya mau beli lightning, kalau enggak
it has to be a mental blow for the players of Bigatron.
apa?
It sucks, right? The fact that you're playing a competition that disengage really well. And moreover, the players are elevating that potential too. A boy in the Jushin, once again, we've mentioned over and over again why.
And this is, by the way, Arashi, we just spoke to Wii Kids, and I remember Oji saying, man, I don't want to see a boy like this yet.
Kalau yang kanan drop kanan nggak perlu
Oh,
buat
And I want to see Marcel on Arlen again.
yeah,
ya nangkep siapapun atau gilir siapapun itu nggak perlu,
He doesn't have like a complete damage item completed yet.
karena musuh udah pasti
A couple of components for the room.
bakal datang dengan sendirinya.
Man, more take from Geek Fam.
Still over on Finn, just chunks him low, and now with some good poke on a boy. Everybody still has their ults. Moreno's good walk up Moreno this time. Spaces out perfectly, baits on the AOG, deadly match coming out as well.
Kau mati kan?
Able to get the passive hit on the purple buff. Now it's Marcel's gonna be engaged on the North pathway, Shogun with the walk up now. Famous Spider, looking for a stun. Oh, good vengeance out of the shocker.
Dibalikin setawanya.
Royce with the re-engage over on Finn, pops in a revival.
Mati dong.
Be able to survive Big Kids. Stomps on his head as he's unconscious.
The mind games that Geek Fam is playing, they recognize that they lost a really important resource in Poloski in the OG, but
Okay, maybe.
that's mind games. That mind
Nah,
games.
kayak
That's
gitu.
a zoning recall right there. Was it like 3 ultimates?
Immediately on site. Oh, Moreno.
Get out.
Ooh. Right. It's still a good lord though. Like, Geek Fam, it got done.
Like this, I want to see
Nggak berarti.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
There is
yeah.
a hard rebounder.
nothing.
Oh, make it. No have speed. If they want to go, no. Just quick steal the beat.
Makanya gini,
Geek Fam gonna
lu
get
nge-pick ke
macro,
Harley,
macro and get as many cards as
tapi romernya tuh
But honestly,
high
Bigatron
loss.
go waiting on this guy. It's like, are you not playing around Moreno?
Kenapa nggak sekalian kaca
And he's dealing with so many
misi
problems that he
Carmilla?
definitely has some level of attention dedicated just to shut down Moreno.
I think Moreno is just he's forced to respond, right?
Yeah.
Like he cannot stop.
Berarti kan mainnya culik. Harusnya gitu dong.
Oh, a pick up from a boy. AOG, about to figure himself to safety. Marcel's gonna go in, but won't be able to find it. That's a stun over from Shogun. Not out of the air, but Luis is gonna fall.
Mati
Bounce
ini.
the shotgun locks Marcel down. He's able to get stunned. Shogun barely there. Gets a stun back, now gets shot down as a boy. Another one for a
Cepat
boy.
hidupnya nyala
Get picked up like, yes, good
Nara
so
lagi.
much. Kenzie, to say, oh, solo kill. Make kids in the mid lane.
jelas speednya aja kalah.
made in this 2 games.
Begini aja nggak langsung masuk oleh
Just solve that problem immediately.
This is
Another
the boy.
guy versus stacks for Kinsiski.
jangan nunggu Timorino mati sendiri kau.
The fact that Nile just got ran over by Makins right there, that is absolutely demoralizing. 5k gold advantage. Far side lane.
Defend
Big
Cliff.
Star taken out
Tuh.
of Eva. It's looking for bad to worse
Tembus
for Big
tuh.
Star.
Aku
Really is. Gold advantage, 3k gold plus, and also 30k turret damage, Rafi. That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage indeed.
Massive damage, man. And everyone from the side of Big Star are having a huge
masih jauh perjalanan nah
Keeping
Ruli.
up, but at what cost? What can he do on a Yisun shit?
Jangan dulu.
Kenzie still has 0 Sky Piercer stacks, by the way.
Oh boy, took the bulk of the kills in the previous team fight.
Yeah, wait, what? Interesting.
I thought he had at least one that team I didn't notice.
Unfortunately, a boy did not build the Skypiercer. That Kinsiski built
Buru-buru nggak
Skypiercer.
sih pakai ulti?
They should have pulled it. I don't care. I don't know.
Coba. Cooldownnya masih 20 detik.
No too long mentality. Boy,
Alright.
he's just a boy.
He is just a boy, that's true. Dude, the longer the game goes, Velocity already
Ya,
has
dia
the
kalau
shield, and
tiba-tiba
I
masuk,
think Arsenal and Naked
push
get some
mati.
more magic resistance of their own, and once that happens, you're only really
Bentar
worried
lagi
about
minion
Emma. As
naik.
long as they use the buff their ulti to zone out Moreno and Nile, Emma's gonna have a tough time again solo carry. This is the problem we give him a hybrid fighter type of goal laner.
Belum setengah. Udah setengah nih.
Through the Athena and also the Radiant Armor. Wait, and Emma?
Final slash for flicker from Marcel. He whipped it. Moreno still doing damage. Doris found him in the back line. Kenzie able to flicker out. Now Mon's gonna be
Yang penting alah gak ada.
puts it down. Kenzie. Ardovan coming down with Shogun still able to survive on main kids. Now
Moreno
Kenzie's in the
mati.
back line. Moreno still kind of away. Flickers out to
Kapan
steal.
bisa lah ngapain?
In the streets of the lane has been. Tries to go for the kill on a boy. I'm not too sure if he can do it. Look at the wave. It almost took the base down. It almost ended the game. Now we walk up into the steed. Bacon's on a
Blood
horse.
wingnya nyala cuy.
Yeah, Shogun's walking
Gak
up,
jadi
Lion
mati.
coming down. Stun as well. The Bacon's gets away. The Lord's coming down the bottom lane as Iman spawns back up in 5.
Lordnya udah ada
What
Udah
are
ada
they going to do?
ke
Like, Geek Fam
masih
press
15
the
detik.
tempo, but they're not
10
going to
detik.
go there right now. Big Fan has a window to clear, and Geek Fam, I guess, will just be playing with the waves.
Ini masih tengah jalan.
Pretty much the exact thing that happened in the first game, right? The Lord is quote unquote not really utilized properly, but Geek definitely
Kodenya
still
tuh
has
videonya
a lot
5.000.
of
Nggak kalah telek
things
banget.
that they can take from the map. Another wave crashing in the bottom for pretty much every lane.
Satu momen udah bisa bikin
Wants to utilize it.
duitnya hampir sama lah. Kalau
Bacon's
dulu
coming full range final slash. Shogun. Still wants to go
telat
in.
Shogun mati kau.
Cheat from Beloyski. A big stomp down on Shogun.
And Marcel with a few recalls. A few
Siapa yang mau
swipes.
ngedefend coba?
Another wave crashing in.
Yang mau
Geek Fam
tumpah.
once more.
The reactions from Iman and Nile, but
Kepala
Marcel,
ada.
he's looking ferocious here. Now with the walk up Kenzie, with a shot down again, the base is very low. They can go for the end.
Udah Gigi
Moreno doing a good job figuring it out. Now doing walk
Gigi
up. Bacon's a bit
menang
aggressive.
2-0 atas Vidya.
But finally the wave
Ya.
crashes the ball in the top
Langsung
lane.
saja.
Luka takes a clean sweep against Bigatron. Beloyski's feeling it. Getting the win on the team.
Menang
Down the last bit.
Vidya
On the
di week
transfer.
kedua.
Reveal
Week kedua dari 2.
succeeded.
Oke.
For Beloyski, 2-0. No answer at all.
See you on the next stream guys.